Australians are the world's biggest losers when it comes to gambling. That's the findings of a new report by the Grattan Institute, revealing an average $1,600 per person goes down the drain every year. And to talk more about this, we have Martin Thomas, the CEO of the Alliance for Gambling Reform. Martin, welcome. There are some disturbing figures from this report. What's your reaction?
Well, sadly, there's not too much that's surprising there. What it really does find, and I think the key finding, is that the reason we're the world's biggest losers when it comes to gambling is lax regulation. Australia's really been the Wild West when it comes to gambling organisations working in Australia. We've had very little protection, and this is the result.
The report recommends a total ban on gambling ads and the introduction of loss limits on pokies and online betting. What are your thoughts about those?
Well, I think the authors of the report have really nailed it. I mean, we don't need a million ads that have gone for gambling ads that have gone on free-to-air TV and radio just in 12 months alone. We don't need our kids seeing gambling ads on their social media feeds, and we certainly don't need to have our sport completely saturated with gambling ads. So a gambling ad ban, a full ban, is the way to go. A partial ban is just a loophole for advertisers to drive through. And also, I think it's important this report hasn't forgotten poker machines that are terribly damaging in Australia. And having loss limits is a very, very strong way to go. It would reduce gambling harm immensely.
So you know the harms that gambling does, and you talk about that and how important it is to have regulations in place. It's very much what we need, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I guess when we think of gambling losses, we think of financial loss, but there's also health and mental health issues. Research has shown that a family with a gambler in it, there's 3 times more likely to have domestic violence or partner violence. And some research has indicated that if we collected the right information, we would find that in Australia, up to 20% of suicides are linked to gambling. So it's social harm at an industrial scale, unfortunately.
It's a huge problem, Martin. We thank you so much for your fight, and we hope that the right people are listening and we'll see some change.
Thanks for your interest.